Chapter 30. Then Moses spoke to the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord had commanded him. Moses also spoke to the leaders of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is what the Lord has commanded. Whoever makes a vow to the Lord or swears to another to bind himself with a bond, he shall not fail in his promise, but he shall do all that comes out of his mouth. If a woman also makes a vow to the Lord and binds herself with a bond, being in the house of her fathers in the time for youth, and her father hears her vow and the bond by which she is bound, and her father is quiet toward her, then all the vows she shall stand, and every bond by which she is bound shall stand. But if her father disowns her on the very day that he hears all her vows and the bonds by which she has bound herself, they will be worthless, and the Lord will forgive her because her father has disowned her. If she has a husband, when she makes a vow or utters an action with her lips by which she binds herself, if her husband has listened to it and has not opposed her, on that very day that she has listened to it, her vow shall stand, and the bonds by which she has bound herself shall remain in force. But if her husband disowns her on the same day that she hears it, then the vow which she made and that which she uttered with her lips by which she bound herself shall be void, and the Lord shall forgive her. But all the vows of a widow and a divorcee with which she has bound herself will remain valid for her. If she had made a vow in her husband's house, or if she has bound herself closely to another, and her husband has listened to her and kept quiet about her and not disowned her, then all her vows shall remain valid, and every bond by which she has bound herself shall remain in force. But if her husband has disowned them, then on the very day that she has heard them, or nothing that has gone forth from her lips concerning her vows, her bond shall remain in force, because her husband has disowned them, and the Lord will forgive her. So every vow and every other bond made to the humble, the soul may be kept by the husband, or be broken by the husband. But if the husband keep peace over her from day to day, then he keeps all her vows and all her bonds that she has made. He has confirmed them, because he kept peace over her the same day he heard them. But if she breaks them after she hears them, then she will take upon herself her iniquity. Numbers. These are the commands that the Lord gave Moses, between a man and his wife, and between the father and his daughter, who is young in her father's house. Chapter 31. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Deliver the children of Israel from the Midianites, and afterward you shall be gathered to your people. Moses spoke to the people, saying, Enlist some of you for war, have them go against Midian, to execute the Lord's vengeance against Midian. 1,000 from every tribe, from all the tribes of Israel, shall be sent out to war. So they were taken from the thousands of Israel, 2,000 men prepared for war, 1,000 from each tribe, and Moses sent them to war. 1,000 of each tribe, and sent them to Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to war, and the sacred instruments, that is, the trumpets to sound, were in his hands. They made war against Midian, as the Lord had commanded Moses, and they took out all the males. They also took out the kings of Midian, of those who were slain, Ehud, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. And they killed Balaam, the son of Beor, with the sword. But the children of Israel took the women of Midian and their sons captive, and set all their cattle and their flocks and their property on fire. And then they set fire to all their cities and villages, and they took possession of all the spoil and all the prayers, both of men and of beasts. Then they brought the captives, what they had taken, and the spoil to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the congregation of the children of Israel, to a parade ground in Moab, which was near Jordan, toward Jericho. Then Moses, Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the community came out of the field to meet them. Moses was angry with the captains of the army, with the captains of thousands and hundreds who came from war and battle. Moses said to them, "What have you done with all the women? Behold, these have induced the children of Israel, with the counsel of Balaam, to commit guilt against the Lord, as in the case of Peor, and a plague has come of it among the congregation of the Lord. Slay therefore all the males among the children, and kill all the women who have known the man by carnal intercourse. With all this childless women who have not known carnal copulation, keep them from yourselves, for yourselves. You shall remain without the host for 10 days. All those who have killed anyone, and all those who have touched a dead person, and you shall purify yourself and your captives on the 3rd day and the 7th. You shall also purify all your garments and all that is made of your skins, all goat's work and all that is made of wood." Eleazar the priest said to the men of war who were going to battle, "This is the ordinance of the law that the Lord gave to Moses, concerning gold, torpedo, brasa, chiron, tinne, and lead. Whatever can withstand the fire, you shall pass it through the fire, and it shall be clean. However, it shall be cleansed with the water of purification. Whatever does not withstand the fire, you shall pass it through the water. You shall also wash your garments on the 7th day and be clean. Then you shall enter into the host." The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the sum of the delicacies that have been taken, both of the people and of the livestock, you and Eleazar the priest, and the principal fathers of the community, and divide the prayer among the soldiers who went to war and the men of war who went out of the fight. 1 person out of 500, either for people or for beasts or for donkeys or for sheep. You shall take their half and give it to Eleazar the priest as the Lord's offering. But of the half of the children of Israel you shall take 1. Take out of 50, either of people or of beasts or of donkeys or of sheep or of all the cattle. And you shall give it to the Levites who have charge of the tent of the Lord." Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord had commanded Moses. And the spoil, that is, the remnant of the prey which the men of war had dispossessed, was 600, and 5,000 sheep, and 72,000 beasts, and 22,000 donkeys, and in all 2,030,000, among whom were women who never laid. They have the half, that is, the portion of those who went to war for possession of cattle, was 330,500. The Lord's tribute for livestock was 670,055. The beasts were 630,000, and the tribute of the Lord was 72. The donkeys were 30,500, and the tribute of the Lord was 321. And of people 60,000, for whom the Lord tributed was 32, and Moses delivered the tribute of the Lord's offering to Eleazar the priest, as the Lord had commanded Moses, and the half of the children of Israel, which Moses had taken from the men of war. The half that belonged to the community was 330,000 head of cattle, and 500 head of cattle, and 6,030,000 beasts, and 33,000 donkeys, and 5 horses, and 600,000 people. And Moses, I say, took from the half that was due to the children of Israel 1 piece out of 50, both of people and of the cattle, and delivered them to the Levites, who had charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then the captains of the army, the captains of thousands, and the captains of the hundreds came to Moses, and they said to Moses, "Your servants have taken the sum of the men of war who are under our authority, and not a single one is missing. Therefore we have brought as a gift to the Lord what each one has found of gold, jewelry, bracelets, gauntlets, rings, leather rings, and leg ornaments, to make anointment for our souls before the Lord." Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold and all the work jewelry, all the gold of the offerings that they offered to the Lord, of the captains of the thousands and of the hundreds, for 600,150 shekels. For the men of war had arrayed themselves, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains from the thousands and hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting, as a memorial of the children of Israel before the Lord. Chapter 32. Now the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad had a great number of cattle. And they saw the land of Jazer, and the land of Gilead, which was a fit place for the cattle. Then the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben came and spoke to Moses, and to Eleazar the priest, and the princes of the congregation, saying, the land of Ataroth, of Dibon, and of Jazer, of Nimrah, of Heshbon, of Eliah, of Sebam, of Nebo, and of Ebion, the county which the Lord destroyed before the congregation of Israel, is a land fit for cattle, and your servants have cattle. Therefore they said, if we have obtained grace in your sight, give this land to your servants as property, and do not take it out of the horde. Moses said to the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben, will your brothers go to war, and will you remain here? Why do you now discourage the hearts of the children of Israel to go into the land which the Lord has given them? So did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went as far as the river of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the hearts of the children of Israel, so that they would not enter the land which the Lord had given them. On the same day the anger of the Lord was kindled, and he swore, saying, there is none of the men who made the journey into Israel, none of the men who came out of Egypt from the age of 20 years and upward, shall see the land by which I swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they did not follow me entirely. Except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, the Canaanite, and Joshua the son of Nun, because they followed the Lord constantly. The Lord was very angry with Israel, and made them wander in the wilderness for 40 years, until the whole generation that had done wrong in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, you have risen up in the steps of your fathers as an increase of sinful men, to increase still the fierce anger of the Lord toward Israel. For if you turn away from following him, you will still leave the people in the wilderness, and you will destroy all these people. They came to him and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our sheep and for our cattle, and cities for our children. But we ourselves shall be ready to arm ourselves to go before the children of Israel, until we have led them to their place. But our children shall dwell in the defended cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our homes until the children of Israel have inherited, each one his inheritance. And we shall not inherit with them beyond Jordan and onto that side, because our inheritance has fallen upon them on the side of Jordan toward the east. And Moses said to them, if you do this thing and go armed before the Lord to make war, you shall go every one of you in harness out of the border of the Lord, until he has driven his enemies out of his sight, and until the land be subdued before the Lord, then he shall return, and ye shall be innocent to the Lord and to Israel. His land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye do not so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be assured that your sin shall be found you out. Therefore build cities for your children, and sheepfolds for your sheep, and what you have said. Then the sons of Gad, the sons of Reuben, spoke to Moses, saying, your servant will do what my Lord has commanded. Our sons, our wives, our sheep, and all our cattle shall remain there in the city of Gilead. But your servants shall all go armed to fight before the Lord, as my Lord says. So Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the families of the tribes of the children of Israel. Moses said to them, if the sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben will come with you out of Jordan, all armed to fight before the Lord. When the land is subdued before you, you shall give the boy of Gilead into your possession. But if they come not with you armed, they shall have their possessions in the land of Canaan. The sons of Gad and the sons of Reuben answered, As the Lord has said to your servants, so shall we also do also. We will go armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possessions of our inheritance may be beyond the sons of Reuben, and to the half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Jehoshaphat, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, the king of Bashan, the land with its cities and its built Dibon, Atarat, and Eriur, Atrot, Shophon, Yaser, and Jochbaheh, Bet Nimrah, and Bet Haran, defended cities and also sheepfolds. The sons of Reuben built Heshbon, Aleeleh, and Kiriatam, Nebo, Baal-meon, and changed their names to Shibma, and gave other names to the cities they built. And the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and conquered it and drove out the Amorites that dwelt there. Then Moses gave Gilead to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt there. Jair, son of Manasseh, took his own towns and called them Ayot Jair. Noba also took Kenat and its villages and called them Noba after his name.